Figure fight club, we're repping the crew, battle on the floor. It's me and you, pose them up right. Let the showdown begin. In this action figure world, we're destined to win. Got my action force, they ready to strike. Transformers roll out, they're ready for the hype. Marvel and DC, heroes in the ring. With every epic clash, hear the crowd sing. Figure fight club, we're repping the crew.
Titan Toy Expo.
Join us in Nashville, Tennessee for the Creators Crown Awards. Over $5,000 in cash prizes. Different categories for submission including Best Diorama, Best Original 3D Sculpt, Best Custom Action Figure, and Best Action Figure Photography. Bring your submissions to this year's Titan Toy Expo, October 25th and 26th. Learn more about the event at CreatorsCrownAwards.com.
Flash in the night, join the figure fight club, where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Megatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather around, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise. In the arena of action, we're all just toys. With every epic showdown, we'll cheer and we'll shout. In the Decepticast, there's no room for doubt. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transforming all out, let's take a stand.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. This is Late Night with Decepticast. It's just like our normal show, but we're late at night, and we've got multiple guests tonight. We've got Hasbro confusing everybody. We've got third-party toys from official to non-official. But first, before we get to those, I'd like to welcome you all to my co-host. Welcome, Anna, to the stage.
Thank you. I'm clapping for myself to help with the effect.
Yeah, that's I figure, let's send us in, give us an appropriate warm welcome. We don't have the applause light above to let everybody know watching to clap for us.
That's right. The audience is clapping. They are. At home, they're just always clapping for us.
Yep, hopefully at home they're clapping for us.
I'm sure they are. So yeah, you're right. It's been an exciting week I guess it was an exciting week. We do this on Mondays. It feels like we should do it on the end of the week, but...
Right. So I like to welcome everybody in the chat. We got Stu for lunch. He said a round of applause for Anna. Who's the band leader, huh? I don't have a suit coat. If I did, I would have wore it. But did Cal have court today? No, I did not have court today. Who else we got in the chat? I saw some other names. We got Frank. Roll Keeper's here. Welcome back, Roll Keeper. But Anna, do you have anything you want to show off before we kind of get into it?
So we just start with the tradition. We start with the tradition of sharing toys. That's what we go for these days. That's who we are.
Right.
I suppose.
Oh, there's HGC. Welcome, HGC.
Well, this week I finished the Aerial box.
Why do you sound so excited?
So excited. Because I hadn't opened... I've been keeping this little guy in his box the whole time, right? Because I just didn't, I wasn't that excited to open him. The leader one head only goes so far. And then when I finally look, these legs on the two arm bots just like totally bummed me out, right? Like I really like posability of my figures and making them look all fancy and nice. And gosh, these legs got 15 pounds of kibble on them.
Wow.
You know what? Finishing Superion was fun. This is a really fun set of toys. You know, even the jet modes for the arm bots are actually good, right? Like the two arm bots actually have good jet modes and horrible bot modes.
Right.
The leg bots are good.
They're just armor accessories, right?
Yeah, they're just arm accessories. The leg bots are good figures. Like I actually like them quite a bit, but gosh, they fit on the combiner poorly. So you know, mixed bag, but it's a Hasbro combiner. What do you expect? Get excited about it and just have it.
So that was the last two. So now your Superion can be complete.
Yes, it can be complete. It was complete. I waved it all around on TFLP this week as the combined mode. So I figured if I'm going to talk about it again, I just have them separate here.
So Vortex will have to wait for the rest of his team now. He's not going to be the.
Yes. He got to be when I showed it on TFLP. He got to be in the combiner because I did not have the last one yet. Vortex had to show up, and you know what? Vortex has better arms as an arm bot than the aerial bots do. But you know what? Like I said, it's a.
What were you guys calling him last night? Like Shadow Alpha Bravo?
Yes, he's stealth Alpha Bravo. Right, because he could be the same mold. Right. But it's a fun set. It's just, you know, like I think most people's reaction has kind of been like, yay, I built Superion. That's been about it. It's not super exciting.
That box has been checked.
That box has been checked. And, you know, if you had any other Superions, like somebody I know, then it's like, do I really need to? But anyway, it was fun. Right. It was a good time. It's always fun to check out what Hasbro is doing. As you said, sometimes on the show we feel just a little bit biased against Hasbro, like kind of like we talk about third-party stuff for most of the time, and we praise it a lot more. So every once in a while, I like to actually play with the Hasbro stuff and tell you how mediocre it is.
I mean, this is the Hasbro appreciation show, you know, because guess what? I got a Hasbro toy in this week.
Ooh.
So I got the last of the deluxe Decepticons. I got the Venom, as he's named her. Is it? But yeah, what was it originally? Venom. So they changed it to Venom.
To Venom now. Okay. Yep. Sure. That's fine.
So you know this came right in time for the death of all the cicadas. If you were tormented by them this year. But yeah, so I will be opening that up soon and doing a review on it.
That's cool. I have one of those too. And I'm excited for it. Like that looks really cool, right? Like it looks so much like the original. It's just really neat how well it homages it. And I want to say that about the aerial bots too. I think one of the problems with them is they homage the originals a little too well. Yeah. Like how the originals had very small arms, right? Like very small arms, not a whole lot of arm to show.
Right.
And I think that's kind of it's a good and bad with all these toys. Good and bad.
Was that the only two that you got this week?
Yeah, well, three actually. All three of these are new for me this week. Right, so that's how you combine it. This is Superion right here, everyone.
Give me 1 second. There was one more thing I wanted to show off, and I forgot to bring it to my desk.
Okay, I'll show off something stupid. Y'all want to see some really good toys. Masterpiece cassettes, right? Like, got some Robot Hero right here. This is the highlight of your Masterpiece Soundwave cassette collecting. Robot Hero made Overkill and Slugfest at one point. And they're not good. They're here. because they're clowny. See, I talked about something while you were gone.
Oh, it was a quick trip. So last week I showed the box for this.
Ooh.
So we are going buggy here at my house. This is the robot. Was it Robot Toys? Yeah. So this is third party masterpiece Scorponok from Robot Toys, and does what he's supposed to do.
He looks real cool.
Yep. His you can tell his mouth's open, so he has articulation in his mouth, which a lot of the Beast Wars masterpiece figures do, even the official. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinobot does.
Dinobot does.
Yeah.
Cheetor
Yeah,
does.
he came with his like fly accessory, and it can tab on the front of Optimus Primal, the MP. Problem is, it lights up, but it's so small and it takes such a small battery. I didn't even have one. I didn't even look to see what battery it requires. But
That's amusing.
this guy is replacing my my Hasbro Kingdom version, so which was such a pudgy, ugly looking toy. It filled the gap.
It's not good at all. The Hasbro one was really bad. See, we're right back to it. Right back to bashing Hasbro. That's what we do here.
We were talking a little bit last night, so we might have to invite a Hasbro and just beat them up with our hate and negativity. And see if they
and
can
we don't
defend
mean like
themselves.
a Hasbro employee. We mean like someone who really likes Hasbro.
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah,
And that's
We
what we're
wouldn't
calling
do
a
that.
Hasbro.
yeah.
We have friends. We have mutual friends who are, but it might not be fun for them.
Right. But yeah, was there anything else you want to show up or show off, or should we get into it?
I think we should get into the current events. This week's news of Transformers Land.
There was a couple things that happened this week. A lot of it's what is it? This week was big on official stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we have the
Black Hole?
big story of the week, right? The big news, the official holiday. Oh, but you have to do this Collecticon
Yeah, let me
after.
do
So I
this
do
real
that
fast.
first. Oh.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
Yes, like always, the official news is brought to you by Collecticon. Use FFC 10 and get 10% off your entire order. So, as you were saying, Anna.
This week we had a big day for Transformers. We had Transformers Day 2025, in which they were ready to make a big announcement about Battersea, which I imagine for US Transformers fans sounded like it might be some sort of fun Red Lobster crossover, but that's not what it was at all, was it?
Yeah,
What was the
There's-
Battersea thing really, my friend?
there are still people confused about what this Battersea is. They're more confused than Hot Rod was in season 3 if you wanted to be the leaders of the Autobots.
They are absolutely baffled. I have spent my whole week trying to help people understand. First off, the Battersea might in fact be a place on the planet they live on. That's step number 1. And oh goodness, how many people this week have come to me complaining I'm going to have to buy a combiner of some ability I've never heard of, or not a combiner, but a Titan. Am I really going to buy this figure? Is that a Metroplex pre-tool? Are we all going to own this thing? Is brown the right color for a Titan toy?
Right.
It would be really nice if the Hasbro team had told us that this wasn't going to be a toy reveal. And it would have been really nice if your Decepticast would have also told everyone that this wasn't going to be a toy reveal. It would have been extra nice if everyone who asked me over the last couple weeks if this was a toy reveal, I would have told them it's not a toy reveal
Right.
and cited my sources. You would think with all that extra work, people would not think this was a toy reveal. But guess what everybody thought this was?
The next new Titan?
Next new Titan. And it kind of is, but it isn't, right?
Right.
Because this is, in fact, a Titan character, right? Titans are a subspecies of Transformers. Surprise, surprise.
We get to choose the name.
You get to choose the name.
Do you remember what you voted for, Anna?
I don't. I'll never
don't
forget.
either.
I want him to be named after headwear. So much of the population pronounced turbine turban that I wanted to be Turban Maximus. Because I think it's funny for him to be headwear. I want the next Titan to be a really big truck named 10 Gallon.
Ooh, the 10-gallon hat. Yeah, the cowboy theme.
Yeah, with a good hat on him. They're all going to be headwear from now on.
So part of this is, so in this Battersea Mall, is it a mall? They have an official Transformers store. So there was some product that was sold there. Like they sell all official product. And one of the things that was going up for sale was this mini comic poster.
Big old poster.
And if you look in the writing, they described it as hexagonal. I don't know what kind of geometry you're used to, Anna, but it's not hexagonal.
You know what? I had not even noticed that yet. That is the coolest hexagon I've ever seen.
So not only, I mean, this was confusion every which way with this story and with what was going on here.
Well, when hexagons keep getting levels, they just get 8 sides. You know,
Right.
They're still hexagons at that point.
In Pokemon lore or language, it evolved.
Yeah, right? It evolved. And they have brought back my favorite Transformers writer, famous for utterly ruining the character of RC, Simon Furman. Thank you. So glad to have you back, Simon Furman. I kid. The Battersea Power Station is in the UK. Simon Furman, also in the UK. Big writer for the UK Transformers. It makes perfect sense they bring him back. I'm sure he's going to do a great job as long as the Power Station Transformer is not a woman. He'll be fine.
Right. I thought when I first saw this Power Station or the bot, it almost reminded me of the Earthrise Airwave toy. The head was a little bit different, but the proportions. I mean, it's squares and cubes on cubes. So I mean, it could look like a lot of things.
So you could have this transforming robot person as a poster, a pin, some sort of badge, going to be some sort of little comic, all sorts of arts. I'm sure it'll be on a t-shirt soon enough, all that good stuff.
Yep. But
you can't have it as a transformer, right? Maybe you're right. Maybe someday they'll make an air raid out of it. That would be weird, right? A little air raid.
I think the biggest disappointment, though, there was like an advent calendar, a Blocky's advent calendar that was for sale. And
there's a Blocky's advent calendar, and you can get brand new figures from the 4 waves of Blocky's Defenders that we already have.
Yeah.
They're brand new because you haven't opened them yet, Caleb.
Right.
It's new. That's what new is.
I'm waiting for Christmas-themed Blockies.
Yeah, no Christmas-themed Blockies. But in the most kind charitable marketing possible that we could have in Transformers, the advent calendar will have one new thing in it that is a surprise. So you'll get 24 figures from the previous Defenders sets, but then you'll get one mysterious item at the end of your advent calendar. What is that mysterious item? It's a mystery. Better go spend, what is 100 pounds for that advent calendar so you can get a bunch of Defenders you already have.
Yeah, that one I didn't even look at the price for that. I saw that it was sold out and didn't even try.
Good times with that one. Yeah, is it already sold out? They did it. Good job.
I think it sold out the same day, or maybe everybody thought it was sold out because it came up sold out immediately. Maybe it wasn't live.
That's possible. That happens a lot with Transformers. So yeah, this is a lot of stuff. This is a lot of cool stuff that they're doing for a store that you will maybe never have the chance to go to. Merchandise that you'll never have a real chance to own. But if you happen to be a UK Transformers fan, I bet this is awesome. I could not imagine if they did this for a big US landmark, right? Imagine a big like Golden Gate Bridge promotion or something, or heavens forbid the St. Louis Arch, right?
Oh,
Being from that area. Transforming St. Louis Arch, it would turn into a travesty. It would be so hideous, but I buy it. So, but could you imagine though, like if you lived anywhere near the Battersea, like you would want a toy of this. You would want this poster. You'd be like, this is fun.
Right.
Or cringy, but you probably still want to own it as a Transformers fan either way. Cringy or fun.
I'm trying to think with all of our crossovers, have we had a national monument? Most of it's all been like nerd fandom stuff.
No, I think this is the first one to do kind of a more historical building.
Right.
That's actually, I think it's really cool. A lot of people have been really annoyed by this. And I think part of the reason they're annoyed is because they don't read and they think that it's going to be a toy. But I think they're just annoyed because the first time they do this is in the UK, which Transformers is generally known as being a US and Japanese brand.
Right.
So you would expect they would have started with a US monument or Tokyo Tower or something, but no, Battersea, whatever.
Well, speaking of crossovers and American things, we have a leak on our next wave of NFL crossovers. So, just as reference, these are some of the current ones. Well, they're not out yet, but they've already went up for pre-order. The first 4 teams is the Kansas City Chiefs, Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, and Pittsburgh Steelers. The next wave is going to be including the Vikings. That's all the JT Prime would reveal. So your guess is as good as ours who the remaining 3 teams were. So Vikings are kind of a surprise for me, but I mean, maybe they have a pretty big fan base.
They just gotta make them for wherever I live or have lived. So that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. Got my Chiefs one coming this year. Next year we'll get a Vikings one. It'll be great. It's a really fun thing. I think it's really cool. Again, like I must be into this whole like making real things into Transformers. That must be a theme I like because making a building into a Transformers is really cool, and making helmets that transform to symbolize my least favorite sport is great.
Right. Well, it was inevitable.
Football,
I mean, how many millions of fans are there in America? They could throw these in every stadium once every team's released. So it'll be one of those things non-collecting Transformer collectors will pick up and be like, oh, look, a Transformer toy that I had as a kid. Now it's my favorite NFL team.
So many football fans are going to get wasted at a game. And they're going to wake up the next day and be like, why the hell do I own a Transformer?
And it's going to get that stadium markup because if a can of beer is like $15, a deluxe / Voyager Transformer is going to be like 40 or 50.
Oh, yeah. They'll definitely be able to charge 50 in the state, especially for the big teams, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you go to the Super Bowl, maybe they'll make a Super Bowl variant, right?
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Right. Well, you don't have to worry about that with the Chiefs this year, so it's all good.
And going on from Vikings purple to our next fan vote reveal.
Evan is also purple? He's blue.
Kind of blue. But the character that he redesigned is purple.
Oh, no. It's the result of the fan vote. Oh, boy.
So on this first slide showed other possibilities what Shockwave could have been. He could have been a shark, a mantis, yeah, or a manta ray, a squid / octopus. But what you're getting is a humpback whale.
So do you think those other things were ever really a possibility, considering those all have Transformers already? We don't have a well Transformer. We have a manta ray.
Right.
We have plenty of tentacles.
And they've
We have plenty
confirmed
of
that
sharks.
this is not a retool of Skybite. This is
Not a
all new
retool
molding.
Skybite Gill Shark. So yeah, new guy, new look. Same old Shockwave.
It's growing on me. Like the more of these images I've seen, like when I was making this slideshow, I'm curious to how this transforms. I mean, like his arms go together to form the tail, same as he does in his the gun mode in every variation. So it's just going to be like the opposite. The handles, the front, the handles are typically his legs. It's the same general idea. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, the lower jaw is his feet. You can see that in the image. The lower jaw is the feet.
Yep.
And I guess the upper jaw is going to come from the back of his legs. So yeah, he doesn't have the parts for him. Someone was trying to convince me of that. I think I'm convinced he doesn't have the parts for him.
Right. Maybe the cannon thing in his mouth, but that might just form from the thighs collapsing together.
It might, yeah. It might just be hidden inside of Shockwave when he's in bot mode.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea. I hope that it's big enough to be scary next to the... I'm just really hoping that they don't make it a deluxe like they did for Timeline. Or Time... What's that what it's called? Timelines?
Like
Time
the
Waves?
the stuff they're doing with the Hearts of Steel.
Yes, the Hearts of Steel stuff, right? Like,
Right.
those were all pushed into deluxe without making any sense. Like,
Not a
trains
deluxe
and
price
cannons.
point.
Not the deluxe price point. Trains, cannons, and airplanes are all the same size. They're all deluxes. It's like we're in freaking Cyberverse. So I'm really hoping that this thing doesn't end up as a deluxe. It's so well. And I
Yeah.
want it to be able to fight Grimlock. So I want it to be a big old leader.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to ask. Do you want a leader or do you want a Voyager?
I want a leader. Voyagers cost too much these days. Let's just go leader.
Right. If we're going to go in all the way.
We're gonna go. Let's just get this done. Let's make him big and cool. Make him fight Grimlock. That's all I want of it.
And HGC made a comment. He's like, think of all the third-party bots you could buy for this. But damn it, I voted for this, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm interested enough to where I will put a pre-order in for this once it becomes available.
Isn't that an interesting psychological game though for them to play? Like you feel like you voted for it, so you have to get it, even if you kind of don't want it.
I mean, it's in me. It's on me right now.
It's true. It's true. You're covered in the purple, but that's kind of like that's where I've been with Windblade, right? Like Windblade is our character as part of the fandom, and you know, as a woman fan, I'm glad to have a woman character. So I have, you know, the dumbest Windblade figures just sitting on my desk at any given time, right?
Right.
Happy Meal Windblade, you know, just sticking around because gotta have them all. So yeah, I get that. Like, getting this guy gonna happen.
The one thing I'm curious, what other designs did Evan make just as precautions, or was this kind of manufactured for Shockwave to win? I'm kind of curious the behind the scenes on what happened here.
So within the fandom, you know, I'm in the deep kind of wild and crazy parts of the fandom, and there is a pretty widely believed conspiracy that most of the votes over the years have pretty much been fake, right? That we've been kind of guided to every decision we've made in the fan votes, even down to Primal getting the throne. I don't know if I completely believe in that, but this one did feel really manufactured, especially with like, who'd they put as the other Autobot? Was it Mirage?
Oh shoot, I don't remember. I know the only one I can remember was Grimlock.
It was a loser. It was someone who would never win. It was someone who would never win. I mean, Shockwave and Starscream, you might have thought Starscream could win, but Starscream gets way too many figures, so he was never going to win.
Right.
It was always going to be Shockwave or Grimlock. But anyway, do we care? Because we get a cool toy out of it. So I think it looks neat.
And speaking of cool toys, this had everybody going crazy.
Oh yeah, people love it, right? Everybody's just like, my goodness, this is such a big improvement. I better just throw away all my sound waves because this one is so much better than the other ones.
Yep. As a not collecting Hasbro person, I can disagree, but that's because I don't collect Hasbro products mainly is my stuff. But this, I will have to say, this is a good looking Soundwave when all of his pieces are where they're supposed to be.
That was all sarcasm, Caleb. That was everything I just said was sarcasm. People did not feel very happy about this figure. The fandom was very disappointed in this guy.
I think
the
originally
Soundwave people like okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the cassettes are kind of the problem.
The cassettes, and so I remember when this first dropped, I heard a lot of positive stuff, but I think as people started picking it apart, no pun intended, there was more and more complaints.
Yep. Yeah, and
yeah,
the most recent, he's right here, so I'm just gonna grab him. The most recent Hasbro Soundwave is pretty dang different, right? Like you can convince yourself this is really different, right? The colorations are different. There's grays where there's blues.
Right.
Yeah, gold versus yellow. Looks like a bigger tray, blah blah blah. But this was functional, right? This pulled it off. This did the Soundwave thing. It came with a bunch of cassettes. People thought this was pretty okay. And this one, is this even a year old?
That was Netflix. That was Earthrise. That was Netflix Wave 2 or Year 2. So what are we looking at?
This is the one that came out with all the cassettes recently. This is the legacy one.
Okay. So what? Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
so I don't even think this is quite a year old yet.
Legacy.
Getting replaced already, and I mean, the one thing we might be able to say is a bit of an improvement. So a full year ago, as Aldron says, we might be able to say a full year. The one thing we might be able to say is an improvement is Ravage, right?
Yeah. So by the time this Soundwaves come out, the Studio Series one, your gray plastic on that should be yellowed in order for you to upgrade to this one.
Perfect. Yes. I think I have a friend who wants this one that I have because he actually thinks it looks better than the new one. So it's an excuse for me to get this one. Oh boy, more Soundwaves.
Right. So
yes, HGC is right. The last one that I just held up that came with the buzzsaw hostage tape, as we like to call it, meaning it was the only way to get buzzsaw after 7 years of these cassettes. It's the only way to get buzzsaw. That was the original pack-in figure with Soundwave. So
it's like we had multiple cassette packs, we had multiple Soundwave releases, and it took them the last time before the new Soundwave will come out to put a buzzsaw in there.
Yep. And now he's already being replaced. But I can tell you, if you went the extra mile and you got the buzzsaw that came with this one, the new buzzsaw looks worse. So
Anna, it part forms. Part forming Cassetticon. Has that ever happened before?
I don't know if that was a joke, but
yeah, it's a joke.
Okay, good.
It's just like repaints. It's something that's been baked in since the very beginning.
Yeah. Do the birds parts form now? They actually have the...
Yeah, if I watched like a video of like the transformation, like that the backpack doesn't transform, it just like flips around and you put it on the back of it.
Okay.
I don't know about Ravage, but I know for sure the laser beak and buzzsaw, the blasters on the top peg in.
But see, the first attempt at the birds didn't parts form.
Correct.
They worked without parts forming.
Right.
Ah, goodness.
Well, and one other thing I wanted to bring up about this. So the first slide was the official packaging images that Hasbro pumped out on Facebook and everywhere. and I think they purposely didn't show the back of the box because on the leaked images that are on this slide, if you look at the animation screen, you'd have to get a good image of it and zoom in. You can tell where they took a screenshot from like YouTube because the bottom of like the slider bar and the timestamp is in that image. So
Yes, it is.
So Transformers Day was just like confusion and fuckery when it comes to the Battersea thing to this. Oh, that's a beautiful Ravage you have there.
Right. This one's better, right? No. This
Everybody's
Ravage
favorite
was
Ravage.
terrible. This Ravage doesn't even have a freaking tail. The new one has a tail. So definitely worth the upgrade. Leader class figure.
So it's proven it's a dog with a cropped tail, right, instead of a cat or a jaguar.
Dog with a cropped whatever. It's a mess. Yeah.
Speaking of messes, any desire to get the Last Night Barricade in his chunky robot form?
A friend of mine who really likes Barricade can be best quoted as saying, "That doesn't look as bad as I thought it did last time."
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Barricade nor care to collect it. So, but it's cool.
I feel like this toy loses all the charm of Barricade as a movie character, right? It doesn't really look like his movie design enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And as the movies went on, Barricade just kind of was less memorable. The first movie, the 2007 movie, he had a large role.
He was the coolest Decepticon. He had dialogue and a personality and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
He's
But
that guy.
more the Last Night reveals. This is Nemesis Prime. It's not Optimus because he's got that little speck of paint on his face to make him the bad guy.
So, was this your favorite part of a Transformers movie when they told us we were going to get a Nemesis Prime for months and months and months, and then it was literally just a line that he said while he was being mind controlled for 2 seconds?
Right.
Ooh, it was painful. And now there's a toy of that pain. Remember your pain. Made solid into a toy. That is the Hasbro motto.
I'm kind of surprised how quickly they're doing a repaint of this because he's just in this first wave of Studio Series that I finally have seen hit stores recently. I think the only thing they touted is he can ride the Titan Grimlock just like the previous release.
Which is kind of cool, right? Like, that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat.
On to more disappointing news. Transformers 1 Air Arachnid. Probably one of the coolest characters that wasn't fleshed out all the way in the movie, but a really cool design. That's going to be hard to make a transforming toy out of. And we're kind of seeing that now.
I bet you some third party is going to make an amazing toy of her. You know what? Didn't Blocky say they were done with Transformers 1, but they never made her?
Yeah, they kind of
What assholes?
Yep.
Blockies is disappointing me with their utter lack of women characters. They gotta get on that.
Yeah, you have a point. I mean, Alita 1's got a little bit of love in the Transformers 1 with like the classic class Transformers 1 version and the Rise of the Beast. Or wait, no, that was RC. The Rise of the Beast from RC. The RC from Rise of the Beast. But yeah, other than that and the Galaxy stuff, they have not done any other than didn't they do an Alita 1 and Transformers 1 in the wave, the second wave?
Yeah, so there's 2 different Alita 1s. And then there's the classic class and the Galaxy.
Yeah, they've produced enough product where they should have fit her in more. Or, I mean, shit. I mean, even Hasbro did it with the Chromia mold, or not Chromia. It wasn't Chromia first. It was the Moonstar Moon Racer and Fire Firestar or Sunstar.
Firestar, Moonracer, Lancer, Greenlight,
Yeah.
and 15 other women characters. Oh boy.
Right.
But yeah, it's really a bummer that Blockies hasn't done more with that. But so distracted. I think this looks like a cassette bot that got broken terribly. Like, I just can't even look at this toy. I really don't like it. I have heard so many other of my friends in Transformers Town say, like, oh, this looks good. I'm excited to get her. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, sure, fine.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, Zakanan, let's get Arachnid Blocky in all the different sizes. Let's do it. Defender Arachnid and Action Arachnid. Like that would ever happen.
Yeah.
We can dream.
And probably one of I might dip into from all of these that were revealed, just because I thought the character of Alphatron was kind of cool for his like 3 minutes in the movie.
Yeah, he was cool.
His little unicorn wolf mode.
He was kind of neat. What size class is he again? Are they doing him as a deluxe or a Voyager?
Problem is, it's that new $45 Voyager price point.
Okay, so he is a Voyager. Yippee! Yeah. Nice and pricey. The thing is, like, how many different Alpha Trions do you want in your collection? I just think the normal Alpha Trion that comes out of Scourges, I just think it looks neater as a robot.
And sadly, I don't have a representation of Alpha Trion in my collection.
Well, maybe this could be it.
Yeah, so maybe. I'm waiting for somebody to turn that Scourge Fans Toys into Alpha Trion. That seems to be the go-to plays when it comes to Alpha Trion. Use a Scourge mold.
It is. Use a Scourge.
Now, the highlight, I would say, probably of Hasbro reveals or just things that were showed off is this Voyager Amalgamous Prime.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. This is interesting, right? I have not really loved the weaponizer gimmick as much as I thought I should. You know, fossilizers were fun because they were skeleton dinosaurs. The rock duders were fun because they were kind of Rock Lord homages. But as far as actually taking them apart and doing things with them, I haven't done much. This looks fun to take apart and mess with. Like, it turns into little vehicles. You can put people inside it. It looks neat. This is Amalgamous, by the way. Amalgamous Prime. Uh-oh. No sound for you, Taleb.
Oh, Jesus. I muted when I was taking a drink. So, like the one image with all the little vehicles, like the little limousine, like arm car thing, and
yeah, it just feels like a Super Sentai scene, right? Like this should be a combining robot team. It's cool. I like it so much. I think it would probably look pretty good with a bunch of these duders, right? If you get yourself a bunch of little Diaclone, little Dionauts to hang out in it, that'd be fun.
Well, it looks like in that one picture, it kind of has a base mode where a Titan Master's sitting. So
yeah, there's a Titan Master in there. I think that's so interesting that they keep necroing Titan Masters. Like, I feel like Titan Masters are such like an old Transformers toy at this point.
What, 2015, 2014?
Yeah,
maybe later.
Forever.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten new molds for them. We just got them the same ones. Even the one that came with last year's, I'm not calling it Omega Prime. I'm going to call it Godfire Convoy. That came with the Godfire Convoy set. Is just a repaint of the one that came before Max, right? So,
Yep.
But yeah, it's weird to see Titan Masters keep popping up in photography and toy sizes, whatever. They should import the Dionaut mold instead and use them. Those are more fun.
I will have to say, of the new Voyager price point, this looks to be the best value so far of reveals that or anything future products coming out.
I thought this was a leader the whole time. until they said it was a Voyager recently. So I was like, oh, it's a leader. Okay, look at all that leaderness. It's leader and real good. That's a good leader. And I was like, oh, it's a Voyager. Oh, wow. Okay.
So next we have Yellow Park. Now these are up for pre-order right now. These are just their what is these what K version of these?
AMK Pro.
Yeah. So these are going to be like their higher end model kits.
As I always say when we talk about Yellow Park, AMK Pro has gotten a lot of praise, right? People have said it is really good figures in your hands. They feel really nice and they look really nice. Don't have any myself.
Yeah, I didn't look at the price of these, but they're kind of doing like what Blockies is doing with their Optimus Prime and their Megatron, where they're doing the before their cog and then kind of the after. Well, once Megatron got the his name's I'm losing it. Megatronus. Once he got Megatronus's cog and hit his final form, and then once Optimus got the Matrix and got his final form.
Yeah. So, yeah. So these guys look cool. There's one AMK Pro I've been tempted to get for quite a while, and that is Mirage, right? The Rise of the Beast Mirage.
Oh, yeah.
The only way to get a Mirage that actually looks like his bot mode from the movie is to buy that AMK Pro figure. Doesn't transform, so I'm not saying it's a perfect toy, but I am saying it's a perfect way to have the proper likeness of Pete Davidson robot. So
only if it had voice clips.
If only it had voice clips, then I would probably already have it.
So another thing that's kind of been hitting the rounds this week is news coming from, or that's going to happen at Wonderfest. So if you're not familiar with Wonder Festival, it's a toy show. I guess it's a toy show in Shanghai. So we've seen a lot of stuff from Blockies, non-Transformer Blocky stuff, and Aldi, however you want to pronounce it. These are going to be convention exclusives. They are clear variants of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Whipjumper. Don't know if they'll be released in the States or not. I mean, a lot of the stuff we can find here, but sometimes the convention stuff not as easily.
And I warmed up on these guys, as I say every time we talk about them. I do think they're actually pretty good. So they're cool.
And more from Aldi, there was AAE Wave 3.
Yeah, the fact that of all things they choose to do Stepper, right?
Yeah.
Is he getting a target master? Is he going to actually have a functional target master or just a gun that we can pretend turns into a little guy?
Probably a gun that pretends to turn into a little guy.
That's no fun. That's no fun at all.
So from what I'm hearing, the chase figures from this set is the reformatted Megatron and the Toon Deco Galvatron, which I would have thought it would have been the toy Deco. So maybe it was something lost in translation. But it's one of the Galvatrons.
Interesting if they made you chase the normal Galvatron.
Right.
They look like they're significantly different molds.
Yeah, the chest looks a little bit different.
The chest is different.
Yeah.
The head sculpt's different. Like, everything's different.
And then we're getting gray chest bombshell. So I would assume maybe the next wave it'll be a variant where it's the purple.
Oh, that's fun.
But yeah, so I've seen more and more people give better reviews of these. So I don't know if they're improving down the line or what was it a few weeks ago we showed some of their higher end painted figures. So
I liked the first ones that I got. I think I made the mistake of only getting the little guys I just got the cliff jumper set. I think I should have
Yeah.
gotten one of the bigger ones. Eventually, I'll have the RC in my life. And I think they're more impressive. I think the slightly bigger ones are just more impressive. You gotta think, like, they put in actual, like, good shoulder joints. They put in rotating hands. They put in moving feet. And they're very small. So they're pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I think, no pun intended, Aldley has to step up because of the competition they're getting from YOLO Park, the competition they're getting from Blockies. Who else is there's one other company that's doing like third party 3-0. I mean, all of like these like Asian based transforming, non-transforming, transformer action figure companies. Hey Ace, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Especially with Yellow Park doing all the different like levels now. Like, what was the one that we showed off last week? They were like $25 for a 4-pack.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
very
the
simple.
beginner.
Yeah. So
The beginner MK.
and on something that I will never own. This is the rumor or the tease. So Robeson put this out. And it looks like it's like the year of Soundwave. We're getting a Robeson Soundwave. But it's 2027, not 2026. So I guess we're going to have to wait a whole year.
Yup. Or is that 2020 question mark?
That it could be that, because I tried zooming in last night when I was looking at it. It might be 2020 question mark.
You're talking about all these licensed figures, and then we've got ramen toys hanging out. It really makes me want that mass Transformers crossover that they totally didn't do for Totally Not BotCon.
You mean that Marissa Fairborn and that Dead End?
That looks way cooler than the Marissa Fairborn I have.
I think those are coming soon on
And they are.
So, and yeah, Zakaden, you might have to put some money down on a Robeson Soundwave since you are a Soundwave collector. Start saving now.
Well,
guess what?
September. That's really soon.
What's that? Is that when it's shipping?
For that Marissa figure with free car.
Oh, you're gonna have a decision to make.
TFCon's coming up too. Gosh, we'll get there.
So, Anna, here's your favorite part of the show.
I'll be back.
Guess who's back?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You gotta put your back into it, dumbass.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
So we have some reissues this week. Oh, and before we show off the reissues, Ace threw up some knowledge in the chat about Aldley.
Ooh. Thanks, Ace. That's interesting.
One thing I noticed going in through Aldley's Weeaboo page, they have a lot of promo pics of those. Anna, do you remember those kid transforming airplanes that had they looked like cars, like how their faces were the airplane? I forget what the name of them.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's all over their site. So I don't know if they designed those and made them for over there. Maybe Ace might know. But
Jet Duders. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
But
yeah. Okay. Talk about Hasbro stuff hidden with a thud, Caleb. Because seriously, who wanted this Sunstreaker back?
So this is what I call being tone deaf to the fandom. So if I'm sure we have some Hasbro collectors here. If you don't know the history of the Sunstreaker, so it came out during the pandemic. It was a mainline retail wave, but it was hard to get. Like, I don't know if it was short stocked. It's just people had a hard time finding this character. And it probably hit 100 plus on the aftermarket until they did a 5-pack where they did kind of a more premium paint to it.
So here we are back to the old paint, right? Or is this going to be the better paint?
Well, I think on Hasbro Pulse, it had promo images of the Earthrise box. So I think they're just reusing the Earthrise packaging for both of these.
Nice. Very nice. Very beautiful. Yeah, so we've gotten the rumors that we're going to get an 86 Sunstreaker, right? 86 Sunstreaker. So why would you buy this? We're getting a new Seeker mold. Why would you buy Thrust?
Right.
And if you missed Gigawatt, which I doubt you did, you can get them.
Well, I think the reason why they're doing Gigawatt is Back to the Future has an anniversary this year.
Fair. I think Gigawatt's neat.
I think it's their 40th anniversary this year. I might be wrong.
Out of all three of these, I have the most I think Gigawatt's okay.
Yeah, it's the solid sideswipe mold. If you have the War for Cybertron sideswipe mold or the Siege Cybertron sideswipe, god dang, sideswipe mold, it's a solid figure.
This is the sideswipe mold made just a little bit worse with the more square chest.
Yep.
But it's the DeLorean, so it's cool.
Yep. And more good reissue news, but where it's being reissued at is going to be a pain in the butt. So the same wave that Sunstreaker was in, Run Amok was in. And that's getting a reissue, but it's going to be a Walmart exclusive, along with the Studio Series number 87 Bumblebee, which I'm not sure which that one is. But these are Walmart exclusives, and get ready to get your pre-order canceled when you put them in for these.
Did I hear that Walmart got better about that? I doubt it.
No, I don't think so. And that is all for the official news. And as previously mentioned, make sure head to Collecticon Toys and use that FFC 10 to get 10% off your entire order. Now on to the third-party news.
Now we have to be purely positive the entire time, right? To build into our own stereotypes.
Oh, I mean, I'm a third-party lover. I'm glad Ace is in here. I will shower him with third-party love. So, first thing that came up is the Lasercat Toys Chibi designed Volcanicus and Dinobot set.
So silly.
Yep.
It's so silly looking.
Yeah, I don't know what the price point are on these, but I have other things that I want to put in my collection before I add these. So,
gosh, that Grimlock is kind of cute, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's kind of cute in dinosaur mode.
They got better with paint, that's for sure, and
definitely better with paint. Lots of chrome on them too. Don't expect chrome for chibi figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I don't think I'd get these. I think they're kind of cute and they're kind of fun, but
It's cool what they're doing. I mean, it's one more thing for us collectors to fill our shelves up with if you need to have all the Dinobots. And speaking of Dinobots, this is Craftsman Toys, their Grimlock. Which, if you look at the sizes on the side, when I translated these, it's taller in Dino mode than it is Robot mode.
Oh,
so it's a couple inches taller in Dino mode.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night, trying to figure out what is this trying to homage, right?
Yep.
I don't really know. I kind of feel like it looks a little bit similar to the classic Grimlock from a million years ago. Remember when we didn't get G1 toys anymore in 2006 and we got classics, right? That Grimlock.
Yeah.
But then the cannons on the back, not really a Grimlock thing. You get Triptychon Bane. I don't know.
And as Zaldron mentioned last night, and then Zaldron and Zakanen are both saying in the chat, and Ace, is it looks very Zoids-like.
Zoidly. Very Zoidly.
So here's the robot mode. One of the things I thought was kind of cool, they had the flame effects on his chest. It almost reminds me of Wild King a little bit.
Wow, King.
And then here is the combined mode. So they are doing a Volcanicus. Now, one of the things I noticed and I brought this up last night when looking at stuff on Craftsman Toys, they do a lot of cross promotion with TFC. And I'm wondering if they work together or same designers are working together. And it almost, because it kind of reminds me a little bit, but not as chunky as that TFC Abominus.
It's got some similarities, yeah. Definitely got some similarities.
And moving on, so more Dinobot stuff. So this is the final Magic Square Dinobot Snarl. It's shipping soon. These are product images that were revealed this week, and every time I see this, I cannot wait till we get masterpieces of these. That's the rumor. As soon as they're done with Bruticus, we're getting these in masterpiece form. This is their Legends size.
I'm a huge Magic Square fan, and every time we show off some of the stuff, I just like realize how long it's been since I got a new Magic Square figure, and it's just like, do I need more Dinobots? The answer is no, but gosh, he looks cool. Looks just right. Those Magic Square arms, those Magic Square hands.
Yeah, and one of the comments I made is just the yellowish gold. Just that's in my brain. That's what I see on the screen when I watch the cartoon. And
This is the color it is.
yeah, and that's my the way I drive my masterpiece collection is I try to get as toon accurate as possible. Oh, did I say third-party news, or is this just Dinobot news? Because we are getting a lot of Dinobot news this week.
Speaking of toon accurate, our favorite toon Dinobots.
Take care, Ace.
Star. Thanks, Ace. Glad you're here. Yeah,
so
Star. Favorite toon Dinobot, right?
yeah,
Big part of the
100% G1.
Very G1-y. You know what, though? Like, the only toy we really have, the only way we really have to own Scar is those core class figures.
Yeah.
So now there's a new Scar. And
So Dragon Ghost, these are legend scale. So what would you say they're about 5 inches tall, maybe, or a little? With Dinobots are a little bit bigger. So
yeah, probably like in the 5-ish range. Actually, for those, they're kind of big, but not Scar.
Yeah,
Scar is not that size. Scar is
there-
much bigger.
yeah. I'm trying to think if there was a picture showing the size comparison. I thought there
There's
was.
only a picture showing it
There.
between because like that. Okay, so that Grimlock there, right? Like, imagine that Grimlock is probably like a solid 5-inch tall dinosaur, right? So that Scar is big. I'm wondering because I'm not collecting these Dinobots to combine. I really don't care about Volcanicus of any sort. I'm wondering if that Scar could live with the Studio Series 86 Dinobots as Scar.
You have a point. I know there was some pictures that popped up today, and he does kind of tower over them. I would like to see it compared to the Studio Series 86 stuff. But basically, this Scar does transform into a Dino mode. He does have a robot mode, and then his parts separate to be able to complete Volcanicus.
I get the feeling that he probably has to parts form in order to even become a robot. I don't think there's a smooth transformation between the two. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it, and I'm not seeing a continuous transformation from Dino to Bot. So if that bothers you, it might not be great. But I don't know if he scales okay with the leader Studio Series 86 Dinobots. I'd get him to go with them. It'd be cool just to give them a friend.
Yeah. Now, do you know if like the Magic Square and the New Age combiners, if they scale well together? Because Dragon Ghost asked the question, how does it compare to Bruticus?
Oh,
Do you have
don't know.
representations of
I
both
don't.
brands combiners? Okay.
Actually
Yeah, I
don't.
don't know if they scale well. I think a lot of people, though, when they're buying Legends, those are the two ones they dip into, the brands, depending on the aesthetic of how the characters look. So I think they're
Typically,
really
yeah.
comparable.
Early on, early on, New Age stuff was too small. Magic stuff was bigger, and I think the sizes have pretty much become the same over time. So they've kind of like ran into each other. So they're pretty compatible. I keep, I don't have the different combiners mixed on my shelves, but I do have New Age and Magic Square just kind of hang out together. It's fine. I think they work.
Yeah, as indicated, it looks like Snarl is humping the leg. 100%. Both of them look like they're humping the leg.
Yeah.
His Sludge looks a little bit happier than Snarl.
Yeah, I think Sludge
The way
looks
his
more
neck is
like
sticking
it.
out. Yeah. That's why we kind of think this was an afterthought. I don't know.
I
if
was
they
about
were
to say the
planning
word
this.
afterthought.
Yeah.
That looks like an afterthought for sure.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it does a thing. We can get a thing. But still, the way that they, thought of engineering this is still kind of cool. But
Yeah, I don't want to say it looks bad, but it looks like an afterthought. It definitely
Right.
looks like they're just kind of stuck on there.
so we can't have a week without some kind of Devastator news. And as I've heard, so this company is called, somebody is calling them Dream Shatter Toys instead of Dream Star Toys because they're known for breakages. I haven't heard as much about the Devastator, but their Superion gave a lot of people fits. But so this is their Bone Crusher. I think they're 4 of 6 on their Devastator, maybe 5 of 6. So this is production images. It's not some one guy army building. They are prepping them at the plant and getting them ready to ship. I think it's shipping by the end of this month. And our last slide of the evening, the most exciting slide, I think, Dr. Wu.
Dr. Wu doing a laser prime. Now I'm excited because our little book club friend group is currently watching Car Robots, right? So this laser prime will clearly become Black Convoy from Car Robots after a little repainting. So I'm excited for that. I have to say I'm a little less excited for the figure just because I've had a bad experience with the swords, because the Cyclonus they made, Dr. Wu, they made a Cyclonus and he comes with a sword that clips on his hand like that, and mine broke. It made me very sad because it is very thin, hard plastic that would snap pretty easy. So hopefully they do better with the sword for this one. Same connection point. Just hopefully they do better with that.
Stu, if Abby was buying Transformers, that's what his room would look like with all those Devastator pieces, those bone crushers. But yeah, I dip a little bit in Doctor Wu. I don't know if I'll go this route, but it's kind of weird that they've been on this like G-run tear, and it feels like there's more characters they could hit for G1, and now they just hopped to this G2 Laser Rod Optimus Prime. You would have thought they would have transitioned to more into combiners, and then the movie stuff, like Catherine mentioned last night. Where's my Hot Rod? Where's my Rodimus?
Not here.
Yeah.
Instead, we're getting this fella, which, like, this looks cool, right? Like, it looks like they packed a lot of the play features into that trailer, and Dr. Wu is tiny, so it's really neat. It's just kind of out of nowhere.
Dr. Wu right there.
Oh, look at you representing the Dr. Wu with your Megatron.
Gotta have a gun, and it transforms into a gun, folks. A little itty bitty gun.
Not a terrible gun.
No, his shoulders aren't the best. I would say that's probably the best part of him, that he transforms into a gun that's not too difficult to transform.
Not too difficult, no.
Yeah, so we made it through the slideshow, Anna. It was kind of a short one tonight.
little short. Stu said that we were enablers. So I think that's like a compliment in our fandom, right?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's we can't go a day without enabling somebody. Especially me. I'm posting new stuff every day. This is for you guys, not for me.
You're the enable king here because you enable people, but you get a lot yourself. You enable yourself to go a little crazy.
Oh yeah, I gotta take that September break like our producer is supposedly taking because yeah, stuff's getting out of hand. It seems like everything's just dropping all at the same time.
I'm thinking of a break myself because it's just got a lot of things when I first moved, and like that was fun and all, but my birthday's next month and so is TFCon. And those are both times to get new toys. So maybe it's time to take a little nap from the collecting for a minute.
Well, the collector mentioned in the chat that Pulse nailed him for 8 Joe robots. And I know I have one of those coming, so I'm waiting for my my bill. Thankfully, I only have one. I don't have 8 of them. But
they look super cool, though, so I get why you would get that.
Right.
Remember we touched about Soundwave earlier?
Mm-hmm.
I transformed them. This is adequate. That's what you call it. You call this adequacy. There's a compliment for Hasbro tonight. Adequate.
It doesn't need an upgrade kit or anything.
Adequate toys. Yeah, you don't need to put anything in those arms. It's totally fine.
Well, I think what Stu mentioned earlier, just how much shorter that one is compared to the Studio Series 86.
So 86 is taller than this? Because the Megatron is still taller than that.
Right. So when I saw that comment, I did see a post from Nate, the marketing guy on Hasbro, and the Studio Series 86 Megatron probably has 1.5 inches height over that Soundwave.
Over the new one?
Yeah, over the new one.
Which is taller than this?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. I think the goal was with the Studio Series 86 Soundwave is to be head-to-head with the Kingdom Blaster.
Okay.
Kingdom Blaster was the transition phase from John Warden's team to the Evan and Mark era, and they upped it a little bit in height, and they did what they could with that Soundwave design.
That makes sense. I really do think this is okay, but so Dragon Ghost, this one was the Legacy Soundwave. He came with Buzzsaw as a hostage. He came with multiple cassettes, right? He came with Buzzsaw, Ravage, Rumble. Was it just those 3?
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah. Okay, Buzzsaw, Ravage, and Rumble. And it's a variant Rumble because the Rumble that we got in packages was more blue. The Rumble that came with him was more purple.
Right.
So it's a weird variant.
Wait, I thought Rumble was red.
No, Rumble is never red, dumb face.
Okay.
Gosh, we have to pretend to care.
It just rhymes a little bit better. Rolls off the tongue.
No. Rumble's purple.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this one came with the laser beak. I don't think so. I think it just came with
Buzzsaw as the
Buzzsaw. Now the new one comes with the laser beak though. The Series 86, it comes with a laser beak and a Buzzsaw.
And I would imagine they didn't put Rumble or Frenzy because they got individual packed Studio Series 86 core class when that was a thing releases.
Yeah, which are just such good toys. Like those. I think that is part of the insult to injury of both versions of Ravage is that they did such a dang good job with Rumble and Frenzy. They're so good.
Well, so we make fun of the term mini masterpiece. Take a shot, everybody. Why couldn't they have done that with Ravage? They almost did it with all the other cassette bots, especially Rumble and Frenzy.
Yeah.
Even Rat Bat to a point was, I mean, it's a simple design. Like even Fans Toys Rat Bat was similar to what Hasbro did with the Rat Bat. You can only do so much with flap, feet, head, you know?
You can. And I think the Rat Bat they made was decent. I think it's okay.
I mean, they threw the Ravage Masterpiece mold in that GI Joe crossover.
They
You're
did.
telling me they couldn't have scaled that down a little bit to fit into the Generations Soundwave?
Yeah, because I mean,
But-
I do legitimately think the new Ravage is a lot better than this. I think it's a
Oh, yeah.
lot better than this. However, I still don't think it looks good, right?
Yeah.
A few people had mentioned that they think it kind of catches it up to Steeljaw. Still not great.
It makes
Zeldred is right. The best Ravage they've made is Universe 2.0. They came with Hound.
the best they did for that Ravage mold that you have in your hand is putting it with that Target Optimus Prime.
Because then it's actually a dog, so it looks
Right.
a little more like the animal it's supposed to be. I thought that was a bummer because it was such a fun idea of making a store mascot into a transformer. I really
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, obviously, from the way I talk. And then it's this Dane pooper. It's ugh. But talking about bad cassettes, who almost always gets bad toys is anyone related to Steeljaw. This is not
Wow,
Steeljaw, but
Is that the Takara one?
this is the
That came in the
Takara
four
one
pack?
that never became Steeljaw. But this is not a good toy. The MMC Steeljaw isn't a good toy,
Yeah.
and the new Steeljaw from
Fans Toys? Hasbro?
the Hasbro one, the 86 one, also not a good toy. Steeljaw can't get a break.
But it came with 2 speakers for your blaster.
It came with boop.
Or did it come
Oh,
with
boy.
1? And you had to buy
I
2
think
to
it came
get
with
both
one. You have
speakers.
to buy 2.
Yeah.
So what others?
I
There's
think
actually-
I think the other Steel Jaws.
Oh, okay, that's easy. Well, I don't actually have an 86 Steeljaw.
I have the
but
fan
do-
toys. I have the fans toys one, but I don't want to walk away with Anna. That would look really weird if we both walked away at the
We're
same
both
time.
gone. Bye.
Look for our Steel Jaws.
I know. I'll bring the good one. So the MMC one is a pretty kitty in its robot mode, right? Or cat mode, or whatever you want to call it. Okay,
Lion?
it does a decent job. I think it's the best likeness of Steeljaw that we have.
Wasn't the transformation for that kind of a pain in the butt?
Transformation's a nightmare, and that's why I say it's a bad toy.
Yeah.
The transformation for this thing makes me so upset every time I do it. I get visibly angry at
I'll
it
go-
because it
I'll
just
go grab
doesn't
my
work the way it
Steeljaw.
should. Yeah, grab more Steeljaws. Right, so we have to get thousands of Steeljaws here. But yeah, this one I think really gets the look, right? I think the look is really cool on it. I just don't like the transformation at all. It's not a good transformation. They did a convention exclusive repaint where it's the Black Lion from Voltron, also Shattered Glass
Oh.
Steeljaw. And that was really cool, but I just didn't want the toy again, right? Because this toy is not enjoyable. Got to dust it. Can't show it on camera with the dust.
Oh right, it was dusty. It's still dusty. But here's the fans toys, or was it? I don't know if it was Robot Paradise.
Robot Paradise.
It wasn't too painfully difficult to transform. Kind of boxy.
Yeah, it gets a similar idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put the faction symbols on it. Didn't come with those, as most
I never put
everybody's.
faction symbols on my stuff. I like my no faction. I would say this one is solid, I would say. But its limbs do tend to pop off during transformation unless you do it just right. But then after that, it's really, really solid and does some fun kitty dancing.
Very holy. You can see right through it.
Doesn't
Doesn't have much of a Doesn't have much of a personality.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I think those,
But it gets the profile.
but it's the same because that's actually Masterpiece cassette scale, right? Which is the old micro cassette scale. These are scaled like normal size audio cassettes, right? From MNC,
Yep.
they're big. So to manage to get something as good as what Taylor just held up at that size is a little more impressive than getting it at this size in
Right.
a lot of ways. Then when you compare it to what Takara did when they tried to make the same body right? I think that Fans Toys one just absolutely destroys this thing. This thing is more like
Maybe that's
Mike
why they never
Cooper.
repainted it into Steel Jaw.
Yeah, I mean, they never made the Autobot sets at all, right? So
Yeah. You would have thought it would have been an easy transition to do a boombox blaster from that Soundwave mold. Maybe, I don't know. I might be talking on my butt when it comes to engineering, but
oh, that's a good question. If you got a set for your kids, would they last long? I don't know
third-party
about that
toys?
one.
Probably not third-party toys. Depends on
Probably
how
not third-party
old your
toys.
kids. Depends on how old your kids are and how hard they play with toys. Typically, third-party toys, you have to wear, kid gloves when handling them.
Yeah, I would say that. Like these Takara ones, I don't think would hold up very well at all. Honestly, with kid hands.
It kind of reminds me. I listened to a video today where it was talking about should toys be fun, and it might be something we should talk about one time as a topic, because I think your collecting and my collecting are completely different, and my fun is different than your fun because you like to play with your toys. I like to play with them one time and display them. So I think that might be a good topic to talk about one night, because we might actually have different scene and opinions, so we might get an argument.
I think we would. I think we would have a lot of difference in opinions there, because like I like these because they're playable, right? Like the way they're going to be displayed on my shelf is Silverbolt came with the really cool. He came with his extra stuff that you can turn into a little base. That's more like it's more like cover for them to hide behind, so you can put all the different aerial bots gunning behind it. And that's how I have them displayed on my shelf. Like, instead of combining the Silverbolt Superion right now, I have them all being gunners behind their little cover. And that's really cool to me and really fun. I'm changing their poses all the time. I'm actually playing with them. My desk right now is covered in different toys I'm playing with. So yeah, like I care about the play value.
Yep. Well, and we talked about it a little bit last night. That was probably that's what my thought was. One of the coolest things about it is, as much as that saucer wide butt airplane mode it had, the barrier or platform for the base mode was actually kind of cool.
So much fun. It's really quite good.
Yeah,
it's really quite playable, which is cool. That's why I never quite quit the Hasbro collecting. Right, like a lot of this third-party stuff we talk about just isn't very playable. I'd say among the different companies, I'd say MMC probably does some of the best, most playable figures for third-party. But even then, like, I would worry about them being fragile in someone who isn't careful's hands. Because as much as I do play with my toys, I'm very careful with them.
Right. Well, and kind of bring this back to the beginning about how we crap on Hasbro, kind of, and a lot of people do too. It's real easy to do that, but you have to think they're manufacturing toys for children. As much as everybody wants to think it's for collectors, yes, it's collectors directed, but you look on this box right here, and now I can't find it because I'm on the sandbox. 8+.
There's always an age rating, right? They always intend
an age rating.
In order to sell their toys, they still have to make it into toy aisles, right? And that's something that, like, if you never visited like Japan, you won't see that Transformers are sold very differently there, right? Like the fancy, when I visited in 2010, Legends was still happening there. And those were in hobby shops, right? Those were with the Gundam kits. Those were not in the toy aisles, right? And those were pretty expensive figures compared to the same toys back home were in the toy aisle with less paint and less fanciness. And that's because those markets don't pretend they're children's toys. They just market them as collectibles. But when Hasbro has to make them also be children's toys, that's tricky. He's totally right.
Yeah, and to add to that, like, That's who they're building. As much as we want them to build them for us. They're still building for kids.
Yeah, they have to work for kids and us, basically.
Right. And that might change in the future. But it's fun to see, like, walk into my son's room and his bed with Transformers on top of it, where he'll still play with it as much as he loves Fortnite, being 9 years old. He plays with his toys, but he displays them like his dad does at the same time, which is hilarious to see, like, to kind of see both sides of it. So he hasn't been 100%. He hasn't been 100% pulled in by Fortnite, but it sounds like it sometimes when he's in his room playing. But I kind of want to show a comparison. This is a Jada Street Fighter. It says 13 plus, and this is in the same aisle where you find Transformers. But yeah, that's what we're fighting against when we talk smack about Hasbro. They have rules that they have to follow.
Yeah, they have rules they have to follow, and I think that's a really good way to put it. Is they have rules they have to follow for just like everything we criticize them about. So I don't mean just like the toy thing, but I mean like the size classes, right? Like if MMC is making a combiner limb and that combiner limb happens to be more complicated than its brothers, right? So let's say, they're making Defensor and they realize that Blades just needs to be more complicated than the other three limbs because helicopter hard, right? They just do it. They can. They don't have to ask anyone's permission, right? They're like, okay, he's going to be a little more complicated. We're going to have to throw $10 on him, and that's all right.
Yeah.
Hasbro doesn't get to do that, right? The designers are told, you have this many parts, you have this much plastic, you have this kind of joints. Deal with it, dude.
You know what's funny? And then some third-party companies do put like an age thing on theirs.
They do. A lot of them make it into jokes, right? Like they'll.
Like this one for Robot Toys. No one's 6 years or younger. There's nobody that I know 6 years or older. Well, it's between 6 and whatever that'll be messing with a third-party toy. I'm trying to see if X-Transbots, you need to be like 40 with a lot of patience to transform their figures. Yeah, they don't have an age range.
Might help.
They don't have an age range on theirs. But yeah, it's funny that when third-party companies do it.
I'm not sure about that data, Dragon Ghost. I don't know if there's any data out there that shows that adults are buying more of the Transformers than kids are.
The only data I can tell you is from my eyeballs when I walk in the toy aisle and I see more people with as much gray hair on their face as mine. So, as young children.
I always when I go to, thanks Lou.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Lou.
When I go to the toy aisle, I'll usually see kids walk by the Transformers and go to other toys.
Yeah.
And then I'll see some other person well into adulthood shyly pretending they're not looking at the Transformers, but they're kind of like, their eyes are darting, but they're actually looking at the Transformers or the classified figures.
I get annoyed with the father or mother that's looking for something for their kids. I'm like, get them away. I'm trying to look at my toys. Move, carry on. But my son still asks for stuff in the toy aisle, so there's still a little bit of hope for his generation, maybe. Blockies has got his interest, so that's why I hope more of this YOLO Park and Aldley stuff kind of hits states if they're a good price point,
Oh yeah, I can't remember who said it, but someone asked, did I miss the Blockies news? And that was weird for this week, right? No Blockies news.
It was all non-Transformers related.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's that stuff that they're showing at Wonderfest, like that doll thing that you knew about that I was like completely knew nothing about. The Blockies Hot Wheels, their car line.
Yeah, they're doing cars.
Line. Yeah, we've just really been beat up with Blockies Transformers news lately. They kind of moved on and are going to do other. I'm assuming when Wonderfest comes around, we'll probably get blown up with Blocky stuff, not just non-Transformers related stuff.
Yeah, and he's right. Like I did already know a little bit about the doll thing. Like I'm secretly also a doll collector. Secretly, like I just kind of, you don't know. Just to focus on the Transformers on here, but there's definitely some high-end dolls in my house.
Did one of your earbuds die?
Dead.
Okay. I mean, I can hear you. It's just it sounded different.
That's why I was swapping.
Gotcha. But
Well,
I think we talked about as much as we could. Is there anything you'd like to shout out before we start winding down, Anna?
nah, as usual. I have a neglected what's it called? An Instagram, I believe.
Yeah, the kids call it the old IG, I guess.
The old IG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go see
Well,
PhD. And yeah, I don't put much on it. I told myself I'm gonna start trying to do a picture a day. I was gonna start today. Didn't
how'd
manage.
that work out for you?
Surprise!
It's all right. You'll eventually get the hang of it, or to the heck with it and start.
But this guy here is the social media mogul, right?
A little bit. I do a couple things a day. I think I think it was HGC said earlier, like, I'm trying to keep up with all your stuff. So yeah, you can find me at Talib1980_collects on YouTube. I do have a review coming out tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. The Robot Toys Lord Ventagon, the Masterpiece Scorponok. After transforming X-Transbots Misfire, this was a dream to mess around with. So much easier. Highly recommend this figure. Check out the review tomorrow. Check it out at 1:30 p.m. Typically right after pre-orders. A lot of times, that's kind of how I time my my video premieres. Also, I think at like 1 a.m. I have a new show dropping, where it's basically this slideshow and then other toy lines added to it. So it's a pre-record. I figured I'm already putting the time and effort into a slideshow about Transformers, and I do news every day on Instagram, TikTok, X, Talib1980_collects. Why not do like a pre-record video, throw it out there, just that hops on, it comes on after this show. You can listen to it on your morning, on your drive to work. That's what I do a lot of times when I commute. I listen to YouTube. So that I think it's supposed to drop at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, or in an hour and 15 minutes.
So you listen to yourself on your commute?
No. Well, maybe. They say it's one of the best things to do to help is watch your videos. So I don't know if I'll listen to myself on my commute.
So much of myself talking as a professor.
Oh yeah, I bet.
To learn how to speak better and everything. Yep.
Kaiju Daddy, why am I wearing purple tonight? So we were kind of like doing this whole like late night show. This is like the nicest I can look, is a button-up shirt and a tie. I don't have a coat or anything like that. So I thought purple, Decepticons.
Yeah, we had a half-realized plan for tonight. We might try a little harder next time to go a little more late showy.
Maybe.
I like the idea, but...
And then what's going on? So tomorrow night is open mic night on Figure Fight Club. That starts at 8 p.m. I should be on time. Sometimes I'm not on time, but this week I will be on time. And then Friday night is our interview show. I can't remember who's going to be on this week. Abby, do you have a video ready for that?
Figures in glory, it's all for free. Step right up, don't be shy. Figure Fight Club, let's aim high. Beat 'em up, bum bum. Beat 'em up, beat 'em up, bum bum. Fight for the.
The answer is
So
yes.
that's who we have this week. And I have to work Friday night, so I'm going to miss some of that. So hopefully it goes late so I can hop on late. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. And then keep coming and joining us on Decepticast every Monday at 10:15. It's been a fun. What are we at? I didn't even say what episode we're on. We're on episode 14. So Yeah, that's all I got for this evening. So thank you guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.